Welcome back to another episode of Wrestling Around, and for the 50th episode, is it a birthday? I don't know, because it's really close to a year, but we've done 50 anyhow. We're going to do a special treat, the last ever, well, hopefully not ever, that sounds a bit morbid, doesn't it? But the last show that WWE produced with fans in attendance. But before we get into that, joining me from a new location is the world famous Terry Peters. Terry Peters, how are we doing?
Yeah, the Cube's good.
The
Cube. Not the ITV game show, the Cube. Just
how was Philip Schofield doing?
I saw the other day that someone was getting a bit annoyed that Philip Schofield was tipped to be the new host of The Chase instead of Bradley Walsh, and people were getting a bit annoyed about it.
What?
I'm pretty annoyed that
I'm quite annoyed about that.
Yeah.
I don't know how true it is, but people.
I don't like Bradley Walsh ever. He's fucking
Let's
shit.
be honest, it was on the Whole Day Mail Facebook page. So
Whole Day Mail's is the worst rag I've ever
I love
read
that.
in my
I've
life.
unfollowed it now, but I used to love like when it was obvious that one of them was just sat at home watching The Chase.
Yeah.
And then, like an hour after the episode finishes, it was like, oh my god, viewers can't believe this idiot got this question wrong.
It's
just one of the journalists that's got it wrong as well.
It's like Heat or Closer or something now, isn't it? It's not a newspaper anymore. It's horrendous. Absolute rag.
It's race baiting nonsense, and I hate it.
Yeah, there's something better. Jamie as well is Lou Markham. Lou, how are we doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Other than I'm really angry about the state of the local newspaper where I used to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not angry at the fact that Terry Peters has moved in with Philip Schofield?
Well, that's a weird situation I didn't expect to happen. But I believe I did know someone who knew someone related to Philip Schofield.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
Back in the day. Yeah. So that's the story.
We've got weird connections.
With Philip Schofield, and then now you've moved in. So
I think when you do the 6 degrees of separation, I think like I'm like 2 away from Philip Schofield. I think.
So that means
I am as well.
So who does Philip Schofield know then? So let's do the 6 degrees. So who's the most famous person now? So surely Philip Schofield's going to have some contacts who then have bigger contacts. He can't be far off the Queen.
Yeah, like Denise Welsh, I think.
Denise Welsh isn't the Queen.
Philip Schofield must have met the Queen, but I reckon they're not mates.
Well, no, see, so Philip Schofield must know somebody sort of bigger showbiz. Yeah, who knows the Queen? Does Philip Schofield know?
Piers Morgan, probably.
Does Piers Morgan know the Queen? I don't think he'd be around a lot of. Oh, would he? Depending on what side of you believe.
He loves the Queen, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's just certain daughter-in-laws he doesn't like.
Yeah.
Certain members of the former family.
Yeah. Go while we're on that, because I had a rant about this earlier.
There we go.
As the second born in a household, look, if you was going to be the king, I'd be like, yeah, fuck that, I'm out as well.
Oh, well, thanks for your support.
I'm not hanging around if you're going to be the king. You're the second born as well, Peters, aren't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the king anyway.
But if your brother was going to be the king, would you just hang about and be like, oh yeah, I'll just be in your shadow forever? No,
yeah,
thanks.
I would lord it above you. Big stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. As soon as I was 18, I'd be out of there.
Right. See, I'd offer you some food. I'd be eating some food like a bike Christmas something. And I'd be like, what's your one? And then just pull it away last minute and future kids only.
It wouldn't bother me if I wasn't the king at all.
That would bother the hell out of me. That's because you're not going to be the king, Peters. Well, you are. What, you emperor of the new palace?
I guess so.
Emperor's higher than king, isn't it?
Well, there you go then. I'm an emperor.
There we go. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's why Queen
Victoria
was...
Empire is bigger than a kingdom, isn't it? Of course it is.
Yeah, that's why Queen Victoria was also Empress of India, because she was feeling left out.
Can I be a brigadier?
I don't know what that is.
It's some ship-related thing, isn't
it?
It's Bombardier, isn't it?
A Bombardier, isn't it?
Brigadier, then?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, Peters, we're going to find out right now.
I was going to say there's Bombardier.
It's definitely something military-based, I believe.
It sounds military, doesn't it? It's an Indian restaurant and bar in London.
It's a military rank. Yes, a brigadier is something. A brigadier is rank above colonel or equivalent to brigadier general or commodore. I mean, I thought it was a computer.
Commodore's the top guy in the ship, isn't it?
I don't know. Commodore's a 64, and it's a computer.
Oh, Peters, you're like...
I was thinking Lionel Richie.
You're like 4 off the top there if you're a brigadier.
That's fine, because then you nowhere near it anyway, then are you? So that's cool. No one cares if you fall off the top.
Yeah, right. There we go.
St.
Peter's the brigadier.
Yeah, this certain members of the royal family can do anything they want, can't they, in that position?
Oh, come on, we're not going to be that podcast. Or are we? Maybe we are. Join us for Royal Family and Around. which
I
can
wonder
either
what the
be
hell you were going to say then.
can either be about Royal Family, the TV show, or the Royal Family in general, or maybe both. Maybe we'll compare both.
I know
That
which
must have
one
been
I'd
done.
rather
That must
do.
have been done before.
Has it? I've never seen it, so
No, I'm
obviously
telling you,
not.
but it's got to be a Daily Mail article or something.
Yeah,
Mirror.
whole Daily Mail, whole live.
The best whole live one was the one where it was like when Donald Trump became president, and it was just there was an article that was called like "What if Donald Trump was from Hull?"
That's no.
Like, he won't be president because he was from Hull.
There were three articles above that. The first two purely for the article. So there's one, if I ate Wetherspoons every meal of the day.
Yep, that was a classic.
That's up there. And what happens if you hang about in the train station?
Yeah, but then he got kicked out himself, didn't he?
Yeah, he got
By
kicked out.
security. Like, mate, you've been in a train station for 4 hours. What are you doing?
And the third article is the I won't name her, but the journalist from Leeds who thought she could write an article slagging off the city that she's writing the article in and expects no backlash. The article's not great, but the backlash was hilarious.
Yeah.
I saw one the other week. They'd ordered some food from some local takeaway, and basically moaned that because it was a little bit late that they'd boiled veg to go with burger and chips, and it had gone mushy. They boiled veg to go with burger and chips that they had ordered, and because this burger and chips that they had ordered made
so they just did it themselves.
Yeah,
they ordered it from the place.
No, they boiled the vegetables whilst waiting for the burger and chips, and the vegetables went mushy. That is your own stupid fault for trying to be healthy.
If you're getting takeaway, go all in. Do you know what I mean?
If you've got burger and chips already, what else do you need? Burger and chips is enough in it.
No, apparently boiled veg. They're only doing it, aren't they? So we get idiots like us who are going, well.
What veg was it?
Check out this article.
I don't know. I tried to find it the other week, actually. I got told about it, but if I find it, I'll send you it, bro.
I remember one. There was we tried the best pizza in Hull, and it was bloody Palermo's on Oldens Road.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, that is not the best pizza in Hull.
It's good. Yeah.
Right, enough about local news. If you can't guess, guys, we're from Hull. Enough about that. We're doing Elimination Chamber 2020 for the 50th show. Did you ever think we'd get to 50 shows take years?
No.
I thought they said panned out. The pandemic would have finished.
Well, like I say, I thought we'd have been back to normal by now, but no, we're not.
We're all still isolated, and we haven't met up for 50 consecutive weeks. It's actually episode 51 because there's an unreleased pilot.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure is.
Maybe that should be our 1 year anniversary in 2 weeks.
What, just
should
release
the pilot?
Should we just have a week off?
Release the pilot.
I mean, I had a week off last week, but
I was going to say, Teppy, you've had enough time off. You're doing 2 next week on your own.
I am not.
To make up for it. Well, have you been here for all 50 shows?
Yeah, and the bonus episodes.
Yeah, I've been here for all 50 shows. What about you, Peters?
Part timer.
There was one show you left halfway through.
Came back today. Came back like an hour and a half later. We'd got onto the entrance theme with the.
Yeah. Might be a more slick show today, guys. But Elimination Chamber 2020, the last one with crowds.
God, I miss crowds.
Yeah.
Well, controversial. Crowd in this show, fucking shit.
Yeah, there was.
One match they weren't.
Terrible.
One match they were.
We'll put a pin in that,
Philadelphia. I mean, obviously they didn't know it was the last one.
That is true. And it's a middle B pay-per-view, and it's no one cares about.
No one cares about this pay-per-view, does it? It's like Fastlane in a couple of weeks. No one gives a shit.
B-level's generous, to be honest. Like, I'm very annoyed at this pay-per-view.
C-level. Well, because there wasn't any men's world title matches.
It was my idea. I thought it'd be fun to do it because it was the last one with crowds.
Spoiler alert, I kind of think it's a lot better than what you're thinking it is.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll see what.
I saw it was 3.5 hours long, and I could have cut at least 2.5 hours out of this pay-per-view.
Yeah, my soul left my body when I saw it 3.5 hours long.
Yeah.
It's just God, it's gross, isn't it? Vince, I know you listen because you took some of our ideas on, probably.
Well, you got me in the fun of them, didn't you? So just listen.
You got Lou in the fun of them, so he does listen. Please, when crowds come back, just keep them at 2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
Please do not go any longer. You don't need to go to 5 hours. Even about NXT Takeover is going to be for 2 days this year, isn't it? For the Mania one. That's the latest rumour. Yeah,
but one's going to be on TV though, isn't it? It's in the normal slot, and that's going to be the last Wednesday NXT, I think, isn't it? So they want to go over bang.
I'm doing what I hate, and I would slag people off doing, but I've just read the headline. and getting angry at it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be because it's on a Thursday, isn't it? So I think they're going to do the 2 hours of NXT on the Wednesday night. Will be the first half of Takeover,
which is moving as well.
And it's moving the week after. Yeah, so I think what they want to do is they want to win the last couple, and then because they're moving, they're going to have to move because of hockey. It's nothing to do with the ratings, really. I think if they wanted to stay, they could stay. No, I mean if they wanted to stay, they've had to move anyway as well. But yeah, so the moving because hockey anyway. So I think they want to win the last two. Next week they've got Finn Balor, and same day this comes out actually tonight. Finn Balor and Adam Cole.
So I know a lot of people have left that out of their headlines, haven't they? It's moving because of the hockey.
Yeah, no, it's Brian Alvarez who said that. It was just like, look, it was always going to happen anyway. And it's not because AW won. In fact, it's going to be harder for AW because they've got the buzz now.
I'm not that asked. I just let's get more people watching wrestling channels. You know
Brock's going to AW anyway. Yeah, by the time we this comes out, he'll be there.
Imagine if he was. And he'd suddenly become the great wrestler again.
Like Cena was the other one, or Batista. One of those guys.
Batista. I've heard Batista.
It won't be Batista.
It won't be Batista.
Then again, Big Show went the other week, so.
Paul White, and that young up and coming star, shift the paradigm. I don't think he's had a match since.
This is why we get blocked by What Culture Presenters, isn't
it? He hadn't had a match since the week after WrestleMania. Has anybody beat? Well, he lost to Drew McIntyre.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, he had a handicap match with some ninjas.
Well, ninjas really ruined it, eh?
Yeah,
that is true. Should we do Elimination Chamber then? Because
go on then,
we've got to do it, haven't we? So Elimination Chamber 2020 starts on March the 8th at the Wells Fargo Centre. Ted Peters, I believe you know what Wells Fargo is.
It's a bank.
It's a bank, thank you. Wells Fargo Centre,
Philadelphia,
Pennsylvania. 14,000 people there. And considering this was, I don't know when the Americans locked down, but this was 2 weeks before our lockdown. It made me feel a bit sick that everyone was next to each other.
It was about, it wasn't far off this because it was I think America was 3 weeks before, because after this I started watching a 24 documentary about the show must go on WrestleMania. And there was a thing where Triple H was saying to Vince, if this happens, we'll have to do it at the performance set. We might have to do it at the performance set. And then like the day after the if was when America basically declared a pandemic.
Yeah, it was,
and I think it was probably 2 or 3 weeks after this.
No, it was state by state, but there was the Raw after this was the last show with fans, and then it was the SmackDown the Friday after. They were in the Performance Center, and I think they thought they were still going to run the Raw after because it was going state by state. But I don't know where they were for that Friday SmackDown.
Right,
they were somewhere in the Northeast, which was, if it had been in Florida, they probably had a full set of fans for like a couple of weeks after. But I think it was based on where they were scheduled to run.
Weird. It was just weird. Just so
strange. I was on a night out in Stoke this night, which is my last proper night out.
Night out in Stoke.
No offense to the good residents of Stoke-on-Trent, but fucking wow. The last kind of...
Imagine we can never go out again.
The last proper night I had, we ended like in Black Chances and fucking Hendu from and Flyers and Stoke.
Christ.
I'll tell you what though, when the pandemic lifts, I hope all these kind of COVID restrictions stay in for nights out, frankly.
Yeah, it's not.
Table service.
No music, no dancing. You get a table, you sit down with your mates, you have pints. Great.
Yeah, good stuff.
June the 21st is going to be people falling out, body parts falling out, and kebabs falling out of places.
Oh, it's going to be horrendous, and I'm going to give it a wide berth for at least until the novel is more off. Everything's going to be more expensive, because if I was running the pub, I'd put the prices up double, because people are going to go out anyway.
No, I'm going to go out June 21st at midnight.
What, on a Monday?
Yeah. It's about the week off work. Treat it like Freshers Week. Just got every night.
Most of England is off that week.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be doing that.
But England football are playing like the day later, aren't they?
Yes.
They're playing the Euros.
So we'll be back down to earth with a loss in that.
No, we're back down to earth by a fourth wave and everyone will be locked down again.
Yeah, hopefully it lasts until November. It can shut down again in November. I don't get them. But so the 14,000 people there. We get an Elimination Chamber opening video package. This is quite interesting. Oh, sorry. Well, you're not normally prepared.
The 40,000 people there, Ross.
What did they eat?
What did they eat indeed? Well, last time we did the Philadelphia show, I think I recommended that everyone just skips the food in the arena and just goes to South Philly and gets a cheesesteak.
I think you did.
But I have been looking this time on the Wells Fargo Centre website, and I've got to say, you could eat in the arena and you could have a really good time.
Can you get a cheesesteak?
I believe you could probably from one of these places, a few sandwich places, but I wouldn't bother, to be honest, because I get.
Rumour has it you can open a bank account as well.
Yeah, you can open a bank account. But
Is
what
it Wells Fargo? That's a bank, I think. Isn't it?
Is within the Wells Fargo Centre. Obviously, there's pizza, there's chicken. There's a Shake Shack.
Ooh.
Oh, indeed.
Shake Shack or Five Guys?
Five Guys.
Yeah, Five Guys. Shake Shack, it was all right when I went. I think we've been twice. We went once in America, once in London or something, or Manchester.
We went in London, didn't we?
Covent Garden, yeah. Because I tweeted them there. I said, "Will you open Leeds, please?" And they said, "No."
Well, you can only ask, can't you? Doesn't help it.
At least you got back to you.
Shack, yeah. They just went, "Yeah, we've got no plans." I said, "Well, I'm not asking that." I said, "Can you open, please? Change plans." Shake Shack. I do like the milkshakes are better in Shake Shack, obviously. But the burgers are better in Five Guys.
Right, there we have it. Go on then. What else can you have?
What else have we got? Mixed drinks, premium beer selection. They're actually called Dunkin' Donuts. Federal Donuts. Donuts from two different places. Chico and Pete's. Did we not get that in the airport? Was that not where I got that amazing sandwich? Chicky and Pete. Sorry.
Which airport?
Philadelphia Airport. Funnel
Did
cake.
we fly from Philadelphia?
Yeah, we changed on the way back from New Orleans. I had an amazing sandwich. It was like fried chicken, cheese, and tomatoes. It was glorious.
Was that not in New Orleans? Because I believe I had jambalaya.
No, it was definitely in Philadelphia. On the way back. Oh, was it?
Oh, yes, it was. Because I had that incredible hot roast beef and
did I have a cheesesteak as well? Did I have two? No,
we sat down. We sat down. It was massive, wasn't it?
One of them must have been on the way. Yeah, because on the way there, we got held up in baggage reclaim for like an hour, didn't we? Yeah. Right, so there's a lot of stuff on there. Shots. A few lounges. What's this? Campos. Can't see what it says. Kosher portable, so if you into kosher food, you can do it.
Catering for everyone then.
Artisan pretzels in the works, yeah. Good. Well done, Wells Fargo Centre.
Good, yeah. Well done for being well stocked. And also, if you need to open a bank account, you can do that there as well. Probably. I believe Terry Peters. He is the man who knows these things.
Probably.
It's a fucking casino.
Oh, God. Yeah, but can you?
There is a Wells Fargo ATM on the main concourse level.
Happy days. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Bit of advertising. Yeah, don't mention casinos to Terry Peters though, because he might get banned. Like he was nearly arrested. Not like say. But if you want to hear about that, then listen to the Christmas special. How Terry Peters became a criminal in Washington DC. Not even Washington DC, was it?
No,
it's Atlantic City. So it was Atlantic City. Then he made his escape to Washington DC to get out of there because the heat was too much for him. We're going to the opening video package. It just shows how brutal the Elimination Chamber can be. Interestingly, there's no men's title matches, like world title matches, because the champions at this time was Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. I can't say I'm surprised. And there was only one women's title match in the full card. Interesting. You don't think, Will?
It's just, I hate this pay-per-view. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be positive about it because it's recent as well. You know, I'm always like, yeah, WWE is the best, and I do truly believe that WWE is the best wrestling promotion. But this pay-per-view was the WWE at its absolute worst. It was pointless. It was killing their own gimmicks, which they've built up massively, killing all them. No one was there. They basically spoiled the main event result by kind of starting to hype the WrestleMania match before the main event had happened. The tag team chamber matches. Like, what are the tag teams doing in Elimination Chamber? That Elimination Chamber was the 25th Elimination Chamber match. Can you remember the other 24? No.
Yeah, some of them.
Some of them, but not all of them. Elimination Chamber should be a big thing. Do you remember when the Hell in a Cell? There was like one a year, if that.
Yeah,
and it was it's a massive thing. Elimination Chamber was the same thing. TLC at one point you could go, TLC 1, TLC 2, that was great. Now it's on TLC fucking 57, and it's like Ryback versus fucking Sin Cara or something in a TLC match. What's the point?
This is something that we've covered a lot on this podcast, and we all feel very strongly about.
I don't mind.
Stupid gimmick pay-per-views. I hate gimmick pay-per-views. No Way Out was a good name anyway. Yeah, sure, put one Elimination Chamber in there. And if it's not for the world title, because Brock and Goldberg aren't wrestling, fine. But why randomly announce the week before Oh yeah, Roman Reigns just pops up and goes, yeah, I think we should have a match because we both do spears. Yeah, sounds good, Roman. Have him win the Elimination Chamber match.
I don't mind the Elimination Chamber being yearly. To me, it's not the same as they have. I agree. I agree with you. They shouldn't have them. Well, they're like an Intercontinental title one once, and they shouldn't have tag team ones.
The worst one of all the matches. Well, apart from the ECW one, obviously.
And they shouldn't. But I don't mind them having because it's not like the Hell in a Cell. The Hell in a Cell should end a blood feud, shouldn't it? Yeah. You can't do anything else. So they've got to go in the Hell in a Cell, not just because we're in October or whatever it is. But the Elimination Chamber, I don't mind that being on the calendar when you have your main title matches. I think
you should have it when you've got like a heel who doesn't want to defend, don't want to defend. There's all these contenders, don't want to defend. Right, you can't escape them now. You're in there. You're in there.
I think it's a good thing to.
It used to be when like some of consequence would happen.
Yeah.
But this, I'm just going to spoil the whole show now, right? The tag title match. It was like, the champions like never return. Like they've got like an odd disadvantage. Like they always return these days. They always look at this year's. They always return. And then the women's match, they were hyping Shayna and Becky like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
So you knew what was going to happen because who was going to win in that? It wasn't going to be the Riot Squad. It wasn't going to be Natalia because she never wins. And it was Asuka had been beaten clean by Becky like 3 times already this year. So it wasn't going to be her either because who cares about that match?
We'll put a pin in that.
We'll get to
that in because we've all got some strong comments. That's the only video package. So we'll move on before you spoil the full show. This is just
come on, Lou.
This is just a Lou Hour on Wrestling Around podcast. We've got Michael Cole and Corey Graves on commentary for SmackDown, and Tom Phillips, Jerry Lawler, and Baron Saxton apparently was on Raw. I didn't hear anything of him all the way through. What is the point in Booty Saxton? What is the point in him? He doesn't say
like, hey, that's not fair. It's like a little petulant child. Why am I so violent today? It's like a little kid, isn't he? He was like, yeah, but he started it. And like when he was like, is it Carrillo and who's the other guy? I don't care. Andrade. They're having their match for like 2 hours or however long it took, and he was gonna like DDT him on the concrete, and then King was like, "Oh, Baron, you're not gonna have a go for this because you got to go to the other guy for doing it." It's like, "Oh no, but that guy started, so it's fine." He's like a little 12-year-old kid, and that's his character. And who cares what Baron Saxton has to say anyway? What's he done?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember all these great experience from like his 6 weeks on the fucking game show NXT?
Do you need to put the fish head on?
I think he does. Have you ever seen Baron Saxton's finisher?
Yes, it's not the worst finish of all time.
It's the most convoluted. It's like when when you create, can you still do it on WWE games where you create your own finisher?
No, they took all the fun stuff out.
Where you could do that, but you had like 8 slots or whatever. And imagine if you filled every single one of them slots up. That's what his finisher was like. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's an AEW that uses it as a transition move. That too.
Right then, should we do the first match? Because I actually enjoyed the first match.
Not a first match. Yeah, okay. Yes.
We've got Daniel Bryan against Philadelphia's own Drew Gulak. So Drew Gulak has been sort of pointing out weaknesses he thinks Daniel Bryan has and how to beat him. I think Curtis Axel took him pretty far. There's other guys, I can't remember who. Daniel Bryan said, "Well, Drew, if you think you can beat me so much, why don't we have a match?" So Peters, I imagine you was all over this match.
Yeah, I like this match, to be fair. It was a good opener, good start.
Sorry, was we barring you then, Peter?
No, I was tired.
Is Lou getting a bit too much for you?
Yeah, he is. He always has been. I enjoyed this, because didn't Gulak end up accompanying Bryan at Mania? I seem to remember.
It become like a sort of interim tag team without really being a tag team.
Yeah. He really got elevated out of this match. Now he's doing big things in the 24/7.
I was going to say, like, what the hell has happened to Drew Gulak from here? I felt what I feel about this pay-per-view is a lot of people showed how good they were, and then you look at them a year later to where they actually are.
Do we think that's because of COVID, though?
It's a slippery slope.
I think with Drew Gulak, it's because he nearly killed Bryan like several times. Like, it's my honest feeling. Like, you can start a match that hardcore internet fans like. I really enjoyed this match.
I enjoyed this.
But I don't think it's what Vince wants.
Big Davy's pants like a plasterer's radio because he gave it 4 stars. So,
Like a what?
Plasterer's radio.
Cool.
You know what I mean.
Got no idea what you're talking about.
Well, plasterer.
What, as in like a workman?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just turned on.
Right, yeah. So
No,
you know
it's
when
covered in splashes and it, Ross. It looks like it's
covered in
spunked on a radio.
Right.
All right, a decorator's radio.
I've never heard that saying in my life.
Right, well, Big Dave gave it 4 stars, and rightly so. Also, Drew Gulak's shoulder at one point looks pretty grim when he's in the S-lock. How did that not pop out of its little socket? Davey pops out of his little socket, obviously.
You just get helping, can he? He did get Luke. I agree with you. Daniel Bryan nearly died from a German suplex.
Yes, when Bryan lands on his head,
it landed on his neck, and they were really playing the neck injuries, which I thought was a bit much. But
I wish they wouldn't do that sometimes, especially with what Daniel Bryan's gone through.
Mm-hmm.
I thought wish they wouldn't do that, but I really enjoyed this as an opener.
I thought it was clever, and I don't know if they meant to do that because Drew Gulak had a way to beat Daniel Bryan. If Daniel Bryan's got a weak neck or head injuries, surely you would target that?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. It was just that they had to fold his neck in half to get the point across.
He did fold up like an accordion.
He did. But the commentary team was really playing on that. And we'll go to the finish then. So Gulak hits a reverse superplex into a Dragon Sleeper, and then Bryan rolls it through into the yes lock. Gulak just passes out. Good finish.
I have no problem with that. Because it doesn't make Gulak look weak either. He's tapped out. It just makes him. He's just passed out from the thing. Like tapping out to me, I think is worse than passing out.
Do you really?
Yeah, because passing out, you're like holding on, aren't you?
So, do you remember when WrestleMania 13, when Steve Austin was in the sharpshooter?
Yeah, if he'd have tapped
and he passed out, and it was a really cool moment because it was like, this guy is too tough. He just won't pass out. He's a big star, and now. Fucking Drew Gulak's doing the same thing. And it happens. It's not the first time it happens in this pay-per-view as well. It's overused. They're just doing everything too many times. There's no shame in passing out. If anything, the way Gulak's character is, it shows he's intelligent. He can't get out. We don't want to risk injury. He taps out.
As a UFC have brought this in, haven't they? It's tap or snap.
Yeah.
You tap out, not because it's hurting you, because you think, I'm fucked.
Yeah. I don't know. It was all right, though. I'm not really sure of it. I'm just getting told about it.
A solid 14-minute opener, I think.
Yeah, it's good. Probably the best match on the card.
No.
Yeah. No, sorry.
Oh. It was my favourite match on the card.
Wrong.
Really upset Tapes.
A lot of angst today. I feel like I brought too much angst to the
It's good, though, when we disagree.
Gonna get some herbal tea.
I think it was probably my favourite match on the card. But then
it's up there. It's definitely up there with my favourite, but it's not my favourite.
I have a controversial favourite match, which I will discuss reasons for later, but you two won't like it.
If it's match 5 or 6, I hate you and I'm going to punch you in the throat.
I don't know if it's match 5 or 6. I don't know the matches well. We'll get there. But this could be there. I've got 2 and I don't know which one.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So Daniel Bryan, he beats Drew Gulak after passes out. We didn't get who's favourite wrestler? Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode.
Forgot these are a tag team?
They're still a tag team.
They're tag team champions now.
St. Peters doesn't watch the Current Brothers.
Well, no, because Bobby Roode, pointless man, got stuck in Canada for like 6 months.
I don't mind Bobby Roode, to be fair. I
once said somebody likened Bobby Roode to Triple H. It was like, he's just
everyone, when he signed for NXT, everyone was doing that. And I was like,
he's just not his own. He's a mid-carder at best.
If you left Triple H in the wash too long, left him in a tumble dryer, maybe, and then took him back to like.
I didn't realize he was still tag champ. Yeah. The problem is you don't see the tag.
They're called the Dirty Dogs division. Now.
But you don't see the tag team division, do you? That's the problem.
It's because Vince gets sick of tag teams, so he splits them all up.
Exactly.
And then he just puts 2 random singles guys to it.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So the legit tag teams, like Fire and Desire, splits up, then puts fucking Sonya Rose, Mandy Rose with Dana Brooke, which is fine.
I have not an issue with that because Sonya Deville looked like an absolute queen coming out of that.
But again, they split the Iconics up, and then what have they done with Peyton Royce?
Yeah, put her in a shitty tag team movie. She was with Lacey Evans for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. It don't make any sense.
Pregnant, aren't she?
But not Billy
Peyton Royce's mum got really annoyed with Charlotte having a title match last week.
I mean,
she tweeted like, wasn't it, like Mrs. Royce? She was just like, you could let someone else have a go, but Australian.
Good night, mate. You could have let someone else have a go. You weak skipper.
That's a shame, like, yeah. And she's like, putting a shrimp on the barbie.
Hey, that was unexpected, Terry Peters.
Yeah, talent there.
Your actors are normally awful.
Good eye, Skibby.
Yeah,
That's really good, that.
He's killed it. You should have stopped after a one and done. Anyhow, Ziggler and Robert Roode have been interviewed by Killer Braxton. And there's a little bit of hacker in the background. Remember that was a thing?
Yeah,
because Ali was doing that.
Yeah, I was going to say,
and then he was like,
Ali?
do you know what? For 6 months, if I, I'm just going to leave this now. And then he just went, oh, by the way, yeah, now I'm leaving these absolute clowns in Retribution. Also, yeah, I was a hacker.
The good thing about Retribution.
Wait till the Legends reunion and reveal it's fucking Hornswoggle again.
The only good thing,
gimmick. Every time there's a storyline that goes wrong,
it's just Hornswoggle. Yeah. The only good thing about Retribution is T-Bar on Twitter.
Yeah, T-Bar's great.
He's tweeting that Brian Alvarez like every Wednesday.
That's the only good thing about Retribution.
Yeah, Retribution is. I think they broke up or they were.
They're still together, aren't they?
Let's be honest.
Ali was like, I'm sick of this nonsense, wasn't he? Like, they keep teasing Ali, like he's going to shoot and like he's going to finally like snap, like a CM Punk moment. But it just doesn't happen.
I think there's talent in Ali.
Well, he was going to be. We got Kofi Mania because Ali got injured, didn't we?
Yeah.
He was going to be the guy, wasn't he? But,
yeah, we should have now built a storyline around like a year and a half later. Just WWE either just forgets things, or they just start a storyline. I don't know why I'm really angry with WWE today because SmackDown's really good at the moment. But you just go, oh, remember that thing you said 18 months ago? Well, suddenly I'm angry about it. And then, it's like Undertaker when he had that feud with Brock. It was like, oh yeah, I've been back for another WrestleMania match, but now I'm actually really annoyed that you broke the streak, so I'm just going to fucking tombstone you.
Seth Rollins and Triple H.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's another one.
Yeah, he just turned up. He finished his feud off and then went, yeah, well, Triple H, now I'm angry.
Yeah,
I don't mind long-term booking. It's fine, but not when it's like an 18-month break. That's what annoys me.
Yeah, it's
like things in between.
They do some stuff like, like ongoing, but...
The one I enjoyed was Dean Ambrose not wanting to get the Shield back together because, he was like to Rollins, well, you screwed me before, mate.
Yeah, and then that pop was massive when it actually happened. But that was before Roman even got there. It was just the two of them, wasn't it?
Yeah. But imagine if he'd halfway through, they got back together straight away, and halfway through, the others went, nah, actually, Rollins, mate, you screwed me.
Well, that's what would happen most of the time, wouldn't it? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do love that.
So this is recorded on Saturday. Buddy Murphy popped up on SmackDown again last night. It's like...
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
He went to Rollins, you're right, mate. Do you want my help? And Rollins was like, no. And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
We'll see a little bit of them.
No explanation of where he'd been for like 6 months.
Is he not coming out with Rey Mysterio's daughter still? Is that still a thing?
She wasn't there.
He's like old enough to be a dad or something.
Who knows?
We'll see them a little bit later on. So
and I've got some interesting comments about them. That should have worked. Anyway, we'll go on to the next match. We've got Andrade. He's the United States champion. And he's going to Humberto Carrillo. What happened to him? He's 205
What's happened to the pair of them?
Yeah. I believe Andrade's injured. I think he's injured, or he was injured. Now he's waiting to come back.
No. I think these two again are both really, really good. And like when you think about it, this time last year, they were both getting really, really big pushes. And now again, they've fallen into the WWE black holes and not be seen again.
I think these two
which
are really,
is a shame.
Really good.
I thought this match was really, really good.
I thought these two were really, really good. However, all the way through, I was just like, I didn't care who won this. I remember at the time not caring who won that.
That's the thing, who cares? Like,
no one cares. That's my issue with two very talented people, but I just don't care about either of them.
See, on NXT, when Andrade was on NXT,
good point.
Yeah, thank you. When Andrade was on NXT, I really, really didn't like him. Really didn't like him, and I think he worked well on NXT, but on the main roster, he's been lost in the shuffle a little bit. And this is what I worry is going to happen to Rhea Ripley when she comes up to Raw, especially because she's on Raw.
Oh, I don't care about Rhea Ripley. Most overrated wrestler going.
No, I like Rhea Ripley.
She's just, I don't care. I don't care about you, Rhea Ripley. I don't care about your weird stomp you do at the start. You're not the most talented wrestler.
What's happened to you too? Jesus Christ.
Rhea Ripley.
Me that's going off on one.
Rhea Ripley annoys the piss out of me.
No, I don't mind her.
This whole thing, I hate the Charlotte.
The Charlotte story could have been better, but it is a pandemic, wasn't it? Like, whatever. Like, why couldn't Charlotte lose back on the NXT takeover? I don't know. But,
Can I just appreciate the spinning elbow that started this match as well?
Yes, that was delicious.
That was incredible.
Yeah, they really hate each other because Why they hate each other?
So because they both injured each other, so they both have DDT.
But why? Because
United States champion matters.
His character is like he's got dimples.
He has got no character. That's why no one gives a shit about him.
It's like a nice lad. It's like Apollo Crews, but like, not Apollo Crews now.
Apollo Crews is a beast now.
I loved that segment last night.
I just discovered that he's got an accent now.
I haven't heard the accent yet.
Right, so I'm gonna let's get onto the accent thing because everyone was like all the white guys on Twitter were kind of slagging it off last night. But I've heard this before. Like, if when I'm talking to you guys, I'll probably sound slightly different than I would like in Leeds because you kind of acclimatise. And did anyone hear Dermot Gallagher, the referee, the other week? You know the bald guy on Sky. That was an offside, mate. Did you know that he's fucking Irish?
Is he?
And he has a really strong Dublin accent. Dermot
Gallagher makes sense.
So I think that was what Apollo Crews was doing. He was like, "No, Joe, I'm actually Nigerian."
Well, I kind of get it because if he's trying to be, he wants to go back to his Nigerian roots. You would put it on, even if you want, wouldn't you? Just because you want to be more like that.
Yeah, I had no issue with it.
Speaking of it,
it's a good accent.
Speaking of weird accents, have you ever heard I'm pretty sure it's Tom Hanks' son.
Yeah.
Is it Jamaican or something?
I don't know. I think someone said was it like nominative determinism where you kind of act in the way that your name is given to you. Like there is no better example of that than Chet Hanks.
His accent's hilarious. All the way through, I just love it.
In general.
But yeah, let's
and as well, the Super Hurricane Rana by Humberto Carrillo. I've got a lot of love for this match.
Very, very talented. I agree with it. Both of these.
Two talented people here, I'm sure. Angelina Vega as well, very good manager.
She was. She's a bit annoying, but she was all right.
Tends to be annoying, isn't she?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Heel, isn't she? So doing her job right. But I again think she's a really good manager.
Yeah. They're not doing Andrade and Charlotte Flair. They're not doing this thing together, are they? I know they're a real life couple. Engaged. I don't like the real life couple stuff.
Nah.
You're actors.
Because Vince always splits them up anyway, and it's just like put them together on,
we know,
on social media. Yeah, I don't get it, but just avoid it. I think like Andrade is good enough because I think you remember Ross, when I was a big fan of Andrade Cien Almas. Before his big NXT one, where everyone realized he was really good. I'm pretty sure I was like, when he was just like a random babyface, I was like, this guy's really good.
Did we not watch one of his debut matches, a dark match at Takeover Dallas?
Against Oney Lorcan, who was under a different name.
I thought it was against Elias. Was Elias the other
Elias
match?
and Apollo Crews. Yeah. It was Oney Lorcan, but he was going under a different name.
Right.
And it was both their first matches in WWE. It's like not like a tryout, but like a dark match. I think he was called Manny Andrade at the time because his real name is Manny.
Right.
Yeah.
He's good, Andrade. He's too good to be where he is now. But if he's injured, then I guess
I think he's injured and they're waiting for him to do something. So hopefully. But then look, like Apollo Crews has been on the main roster like 5 years and he's just found his character.
Yeah. You can't just be the smiling guy anymore, can you? Which was his character the best 4 years.
He debuted, didn't he, the night on the Raw after Mania 32 where we were there.
Yeah.
He was talking to... No, was it the SmackDown?
No, it's the Raw.
Because I thought he was talking to Shane McMahon.
Yeah, Shane McMahon was Raw.
Yeah, but...
He was SmackDown, wasn't he, Shane McMahon?
We went there at SmackDown.
That wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, because we missed the Vaudevillains.
Yeah, it was back in the day where SmackDown was in a different town. It wasn't like now where it's like an extra day. Well, it's different again now, isn't it? We've been on Friday.
I think the only one debut I can remember for that thing was I think Cass and Enzo.
Enzo and Cass. Oh, the time when Bailey was coming out, we got fucking Natalia promo.
We'll get to that. We'll get to one of them later on.
I thought that was Bret Hart. And I've never been so disappointed in my life. That's why I can't stand Natalia. As I'll get to later on.
Big Dave gave this 3 3/4.
Yeah, he was good. Just who cares?
Yeah, I mean the ending was a bit
heatless crowd because it was a heatless feud.
It was a bit conspicuous when it's Andrade at one point goes to the DDT on the concrete and he gets flipped back, and then there's like a multiple pin thing, and then Andrade wins after grabbing the tights. I guess did they have a match at They didn't have a match at Mania, did they?
No. Well,
It was in the
obviously
tag
Mania
match,
missed it.
really.
How sad was it, by the way, just like seeing all the WrestleMania promos? And
Oh yeah, no, and then knowing what would happen just a few short weeks later.
Yeah, well, let's look what happened.
Because was Andrade not in a tag match with Garza and Austin Theory?
That sounds about right, maybe.
It was a thing for a bit, wasn't it?
Andrade,
it was part of the little Zelina Vega club.
It was. I think Andrade must have pulled out because it was the Street Profits defeated Angel Garza and Austin Theory. I'm pretty sure that was meant to be Andrade, but he had to pull out, and he just randomly called up Austin Theory. That was his main roster debut.
He's ridiculously young, isn't he, Austin Theory?
12, yeah.
He's come back down to NXT. Yeah, Korea just like
I think Humberto just didn't have a match. But
he's not really done it since, has he?
Is he injured? Is he still with the company?
He's still with the company.
He didn't get released, did he?
Who was that? Austin Theory?
No, Humberto Korea.
No, he's still there.
Austin Theory's on SmackDown, isn't he?
Humberto Korea.
No, NXT, sorry.
He's still there. I think his thing is that he's been chasing a 24/7 title, and then obviously that's disappeared as well because Bad Bunny's got it. So
the last thing on his Wikipedia article is that he was on the 27th of July episode, and he got beat by Murphy.
There you go. So that was 7 months ago.
He's Angel Garza's cousin, isn't
he? Yeah, he is.
Sure is.
All right. Well, it was all right. 12 minutes, short match. One of the shorter matches. Thank God for that.
And now we're coming up to the longest match.
Yeah, well, before that, we get AJ Styles. She's interviewed by Charlie Caruso. And he's basically saying, of course, the OC are going to be with me. It's a no DQ match. Why would you not take all your pals? Alistair Black's doing it wrong, coming alone there. So they're going to be there for the match later on. Then we get to the first Elimination Chamber match then. So it's for the WWE SmackDown tag titles. The champions are Miz and Morrison, who won it.
Hey.
Super Showdown.
Miz and Morrison. Hey.
Morrison, did he come back at Royal Rumble?
Miz and Morrison.
He's not been back.
It made his big return on the bump.
Yeah, it was at the bump on it.
No.
Like, I say, you're back down. It's like, yeah, I guess I am,
Yeah, I'm around. What you call these days, Johnny Smackdown or whatever. Yeah, they're the champions then. So the other people in the match are Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, Lucha House Party, which is going to be Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik.
Top lads.
I love Grand Metalik. He's genuinely one of the match. I watched him in the...
I love them both, idiots.
What was the Cruiserweight Classic? And I loved Grand Metalik.
Yeah, he got to the final, didn't he?
Yeah.
Who did he beat? Did he beat Kota Ibushi or Zack Sabre Jr.?
He beat... Ooh, I don't know.
It was one of them, because they were the other two semi-finals.
They were the other two, because everyone thought it was going to be them, didn't they?
It's mad that.
Lucha.
And then TJ Perkins, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's not with the company anymore, is he?
No,
he got released a long time ago, yeah. He's back in TNN, aren't he?
Zack Sabre Jr., Grand Metalik beat.
Yeah. Oh, well done.
Well done. Now you're in the Lucha House Party. We've also got Heavy Machinery.
I wonder why Zack Sabre Jr. didn't sign.
The New Day, which would be Kofi Kingston and Big E because Xavier Woods is injured. And then the Usos. So the New Day and the Usos are starting. Lucha House Party would come in at number 3. Miz and Morrison at number 4. Heavy Machinery at number 5. And then before Rude and Ziggler could get in, Lindsay Dorado did a shooting star press off the roof. The bloody nutter.
Mm-hmm. This is why this is the best match of the card.
What?
Oh,
I wasn't expecting that.
I love this match.
I was not expecting it. It could have been 10 minutes shorter. Tell you that for free.
I've got no problem with the amount of time either. Lucha House Party are absolutely unbelievable in this match. Vince, we want more of Lucha. We want more Lucha House Party. We want more Lucha. Good Lucha times, or whatever Kalisto said in that car crash of a promo.
I'm a big fan of
I'm also
Lucha House Party without Kalisto. It's just real annoying.
I'm also a big fan of Otis completely bulldozing his way through the pod.
Yes.
That was ridiculous.
I was a big fan of Otis dancing to the New Days.
Just a big fan of Otis was like
this is
in like 2 months. Otis would be the Money in the Bank,
and now he's a heel.
That's a heel, yeah. Never thought I was seeing that. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if it pays off. I'm very intrigued, like, to how the crowd reacts to any of all the face and heel turns and whatnot.
The thing is, where's Tucker again? I know he's turned heel, but where is Tucker? Why have they split Heavy Machinery up?
Yeah, I don't get that.
What have they done?
He turned heel. He came back on Raw and he looked like an absolute jobber and lost in like a minute, and it's not been seen since.
I would have liked to see Chad Gable with Heavy Machinery, so he could have been coaching them both.
Yeah.
There's no need to split them up. I don't know. Vince loves to do this. He splits up good tag teams and he'll put random two people together. Yeah. Yeah,
because Tucker in this match shows that he could have done something. Could have been good.
Well, I mean, he did a big bad flip off the top, didn't he?
Which was annoying.
Why?
Because it annoyed me at the time, and it annoyed me even more watching it back. So this feud had been going on for since Valentine's Day before then, I think, with the whole Mandy Ziggler
getting stood up on
this what's it called, love triangle. So Otis really wants to get his hands on Dolph, can't, and then suddenly he gets presented with Dolph lands in his arms. He's surrounded by steel. Dolph's in his arms. He's got him helpless. And what does he do? He just goes, I'm sure I'm just going to drop on this rope and then go, Tucker! And then Tucker does his big dive. And that was the payoff. That was he took him through the pod later on, but it was just like, everyone was like, oh my God. Like, he literally, he had him in his arms, do that pod spot, but with, I don't know if it's safe to do it. He's got Dolph in his arms and he just fucking runs through the pod and they both just fly out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was
the sound of that pod though going.
Yeah, it was a great spot, but it was just the fact that he finally got in his hands, and the crowd were going mental for it. They're like, "Oh my God, he's got him!" And he just goes,
he hung up on the ropes.
He's just gonna put you up here, mate. And they go, "Oh, Tucker, oh yeah!" And Tucker just jumps off. Both great spots, but together, no, didn't do it for me.
He could have slammed Ziggler and then done the Tucky thing.
What would have been better? I thought. I don't know if they could have done it with the way they should have gimmicked that thingy. So it does almost like a Wells strongest slam on him, and he just go through the floor. I thought that'd be great.
Yeah.
No, I bloody love this match. Big Dave gave this 4 stars.
Yeah, it was good. I hated
4 stars.
I hated the fact it existed, but it was good.
No, I've got no problems with this match. Lucha House Party are fantastic. Grand Metalik and Lindsay Dorado.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. When is it? It's Dorado, isn't it, that does the 450?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
the shooting star.
The shooting star, same thing.
It's not the same thing.
It's
not the
same thing. When he gets
there is no way. Don't off the top rope. That is it.
And it's in a wrestling ring. Same thing.
So it's a double axe handle according to you.
Same thing. When he sort of jumps into the cage as well, mad.
That was pretty cool, wasn't it? And then he just started climbing up.
Sick tricks, isn't it?
Sick, yeah. That's the critique they've always wanted.
Sick tricks.
Sick tricks.
Good lucha things.
How are the Lucha House Party as well? The fair still eliminated from this thing.
Oh, that elimination annoyed me.
I remember at the time, they had no momentum going into it.
They were just there.
I think they really, really made the most of the time in there. But I think it was.
I don't say.
They were in there because they needed a 16, basically.
Yeah, and to do some crazy stuff.
Yeah, but I think they just went in there. And
the thing is,
it was like they did it before, didn't they? It was one of the TLC pay-per-views. They were in a ladder match. I think Kalisto was part of it then.
I think the thing is, though, when you look at it, who else would you have eliminated first? Because obviously, you're not going to have a heel going out then 2 faces, are you?
I don't get why. I always find this odd, and I found it odd this year as well. That sometimes you've got they're always getting over as a babyface, and it was Otis took him out. Would it not make more sense for one like the heels to do it?
It'd have made more sense for Ziggler and Rude to do it. Wait for them to come in and do it, and then enable Tucker Otis. Oh yeah, to come out and then pin them, and then you get the na 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 na. Hey, goodbye thing. Do you know what I mean? That would have made more sense. But
yeah, I annoyed me that Lindsay Dorado did this mad spot, and then within the next move,
he was gone.
He just did the gone.
Which would mean fine if it was like a heel getting heat. It felt weird that it was Otis doing it.
Yeah,
little things. It was a good match. Again, I just don't like the concept of this match.
I know, I agree with you. So yeah, we get Otis running through the pod. He ends up outside, and then Rude and Ziggler eliminate him because Tucker's on his own, and we can't do anything. We then get the Usos eliminated Rude and Ziggler. Miz and Morrison eliminated the New Day, and Miz and Morrison eliminates the Usos after like a pin using the ropes.
I like
32 minutes.
I like that pin by Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Very, very clever.
I don't know.
I feel as though
it was all right, but I'd never watch it again. I mean, I've watched it twice now.
See, I'd watch that match again. I really, really enjoyed it.
Is it a classic? I think there's too many people for a start.
I think that almost improves this match a little bit, purely because
I thought it would have been good if you had if the other Elimination Chamber match was good.
What, the women's one?
Yeah. If the women's Elimination Chamber match was either for a title or it wasn't obvious because they didn't tell us the result 2 weeks beforehand, then it would be okay to have like a mid-card Elimination Chamber. But it felt like
the best chamber match of the night, isn't it?
Oh yeah, by far. But it just felt like it was for the sake of it. They just had an Elimination Chamber match for the sake of it. Do you know what I mean? It just
this is why, again, going back to the point that we've already made, why you don't have gimmick pay-per-views.
I would have even been tempted to start with this match.
Do you know what this would have been?
Didn't, actually.
Do you know what stipulation would have been great for this match? Ladder.
Yeah, well, they did. They was the plan on doing that at Mania, weren't they? And then they did the 3-man ladder match for the tag titles.
Yeah, which was good. Which was a good match as well, actually.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Miz and Morrison retained their titles despite nobody ever retaining titles in the Elimination Chamber.
They always do. Especially these days. Just.
And then we go from one cat gimmick, Lindsay Dorado, into another cat gimmick. The worst human being in the world.
That's a bit harsh.
Oh, she's the worst.
She's very insufferable, I'll give you that.
Get out of wrestling. Get out. Do you know what? I'm glad you put her with Tamina, because them two can now go off together. Just fuck off forever. The two worst people in wrestling. What have they ever done? They're living on legacies. She's awful. She sounds nasally. Get her out.
Well,
the thing about this is, it's like the way. I mean, I've not wrote anything down about it because I tend to zone out when there's a Natalia promo, but it's always the way that she's real serious about it. It's like, it's for my family, blah blah.
She comes across as like really insincere when she's being serious. Like, yeah,
she's a.
I think she was the face in this match as well, wasn't she?
She was the face because she's best friends with Beth Phoenix. Shocker! Natalia's best friends with someone.
Yeah, she's best friends with everyone.
And Beth Phoenix got RKO'd by Randy Orton.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel as though Natalia just gets put in these matches just as the fodder to fill it up. There's no rhyme or reason behind it.
She's good at that role. Just take her off promos. It should be fine.
Get rid of it altogether.
No, you need
living on legacy. No, you don't need it.
Like that around.
No, you
don't. You do.
Better wrestlers.
The women's division's not very strong.
Well, when she's
better women than her.
But she's not doing a role where it's important, really.
It'll be great when she turns up in AEW tonight, won't it? So.
She's everyone's favourite. Everyone's best friend. If she was like, "This is my best friend," I'd be like, "Hang on, I won last week. Best friends with someone else. She's Ronda Rousey's best friend. She's Beth Phoenix's best friend. She's Tamina's best friend. She's best friends with somebody else. Crap. She's best friends with everyone. You're rubbish. Get rid,
dude. I'm fair. No one needs best friends.
It can't be a women's feud, can it? Unless it's best friends. Have a best friends tagging our best friends against each other.
If you don't have her in that role where she's kind of people are beating her, then you're going to have someone from NXT or someone who people actually like in that role. So why not just have
why not just have the fodder?
She's like the hardcore Holly of the women's division.
She's
terrible.
Like they're not very good, but it's like it's best to have them and just having them beat every week. And it'd be someone good to be there.
She's inoffensive in that role, in the fact.
Oh no, she's just. I can't disagree with you more there. She's the most offensive person on this full card.
As long as she do promos, fine.
Or win the title.
God, talk about living on a bloody thing. Everyone has a go at Charlotte Flair for like on the Flair legacy. She's worse. She's not even Bret Hart's daughter. She's worse. Son. Whatever she is, she's shit. Changing music because everyone gets upset that your sharpshooter's crap. Stop wearing black and pink. And having cat ears doesn't count as a personality. Thank you, Natalia. You've got nothing.
Do you need to put the fish head on?
I don't need to put the fish head on because she needs to just be sacked immediately.
Harsh. I thought it was a really good promo then.
Bollocks, because she didn't do anything. This was a full This was right. We're going to cut in now the actual promo. That's it. That's all she says. That's all she said. And Charlie Caruso probably says something real condescending because she's the female Mean Gene.
What's wrong with Mean Gene?
No, well, he always has to go at the rest of us, doesn't he?
What's wrong with
Charlie Caruso? She just says stuff.
Did you see the big Twitter controversy about Charlie Caruso every week?
What was it? No, I didn't.
I charged out. I'm going to leave it for the podcast.
Yeah, tell us off there.
I'm gonna text you right now, and you can both react, but without.
AJ Styles versus Aleister Black. Should we do that then?
Yeah, do that because I've got a lot to say about this match.
So we've got AJ Styles. It's going to be a no DQ match. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to. I don't know. Cool. I don't know what else to say about that.
Don't tell Piers Morgan.
Anyway, AJ Styles versus Aleister Black then. Yeah, good job you text that. It's a no DQ match. Yeah, basically, Aleister Black's trying to have a match with AJ Styles. AJ Styles wants a match with Undertaker. They called him out. He said, you want a match with me, you got to go through Machine Gun Carl Anderson and everyone's favourite henchman, Luke Gallows. Another thing, Luke Gallows, right? Who told him that wearing that eye makeup was cool?
Luke Gallows' mom.
New Japan.
Is it? Has it ever been cool?
It wasn't Japan.
No, but why did he start doing it like right near the end of his run?
Because he was trying to do it in Japan.
What, look ridiculous?
It's just a big. It makes him look menacing.
He was doing what he was doing in Japan. He was a henchman. That's all he's done anyway. He's ever been.
Menacing.
Yeah.
It's just
Japan thing. Chris Jericho went over there and started wearing face paint, and it's just what they do.
Yeah, you look ridiculous as well. It's a no DQ match. It goes 23 minutes, which for me was far too long. They used kendo sticks as a chair used.
Yeah, this match was way too long.
So everything in this card could have had 5 minutes cut off it. The pay-per-view was still fast.
I hope that when WWE kind of get back to having crowds and get back to normal, they keep the pay-per-views like under 3 hours like they have been recently.
Yes.
Because it's been really good.
It's too much.
Yeah, and I think what annoyed me about this show was we've probably seen a lot more shows with like more wrestling action that have gone like 3 hours or less than 3 hours. Everything just took so long.
This match did not need to be 23 minutes.
Just the entrances.
I didn't buy
promos beforehand. And everyone was waiting for Undertaker to turn up anyway, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
What I more enjoyed about this match is the little spots that were in it. So I enjoyed. I mean, there was a brainbuster on Aleister Black where he was just dropped on his neck. That looked terrible.
It wasn't a good pay-per-view for necks, was it?
No, it wasn't. The AJ Styles trying to do Tombstone. I thought.
I did enjoy that.
I enjoyed that because again, it fed into the WrestleMania thing, and I enjoyed Aleister Black doing his double knees to AJ through the table, and then King's like, he could have broke his leg.
I think you mean the Meteora.
Yeah, the Meteora. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, it was a pretty lifeless match for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, not a lot happened
lifeless
until the OC got involved. The lights go out. Big Taker boy comes out.
Can we just appreciate the pop for the gong? Oh my word!
But why was he just wearing a black? He was like he wasn't even any gimmicky. Was he? He was just wearing a black vest.
He was transitioned towards American Badass Taker, wasn't he? Again for his last match.
He's wearing pajamas here.
Yeah.
But I think
he had just teleported. He was sat at home with Michelle on the sofa with kids watching wrestling, and he was just like, AJ Styles has been quite annoying here, isn't he? He's cheating to win.
Where is the twat?
Aleister Black, total geek, was the guy who decided to have a no DQ match, even though he knew
AJ Styles wasn't doing anything wrong.
He didn't have any friends, and AJ Styles had 2 people in his car the entire time.
That's what you get for being a loner. Aleister Black.
Just challenge him to a cage match. But anyway, so Undertaker sat at home going, don't know what to do about this. I'm just going to pop in kitchen. And he just goes in there and goes, do, and he teleports, turns up. Obviously, he's only wearing the clothes he was chilling out in. Choke slams him, and he goes back, doesn't he? Thinks, I'm not going to stick around for the end of the match, because I trust you. You've got it now for me, Aleister.
Imagine if he lost, and then you take us back again.
Taker's just sat on like,
fuck's sake. What's the point?
You got to go back?
I've used my one teleport this year, and you've wasted it.
I felt as though the result was the right one. going into Mania because Undertaker obviously distracted it. AJ, I thought if AJ would have won from that, it sort of weakens the Undertaker.
I wonder what Aleister Black would have done had the pandemic not have happened.
Probably more than he's done since the pandemic.
Because he ended up having a match with Lashley, which was just they just had the match because they had never of them had anyone's face. Like I don't think they'd even interacted on TV before it. At Mania, and then he's not really done that since, has he?
He's just in catering, isn't he, with Bo
Dallas? His partner is Thea Trinidad, who's now formerly of Zelina Vega.
Yeah, she's been released.
Right, royally annoyed, Vince McMahon.
Yeah. So I wonder. I mean, I guess the only thing if you're an Aleister Black fan and you're a big fan, like I like Black. If you are a fan of him, just think like Bray Wyatt was like off TV for like nearly a year, and he came back as a Fiend, and he got well title runs and stuff.
I know got an upside,
but yeah. So there's still time.
I like Aleister Black.
The thing is, this is the issue with NXT. So Aleister Black looked unstoppable in NXT, didn't he? And he was the champion and all that. And then you come to the main roster, and is he on the level of Roman Reigns? No.
Yeah, he could have been.
I think he could have been.
The thing is, like, you need to just put people into it. So just do what you did with Shayna.
Yeah.
Obviously, they kind of didn't follow on with that at the main event. I mean, at WrestleMania itself, but you can easily get someone like at that point.
See, I think people would be behind Aleister Black as a champ as well, as a world champ. I think people would be well behind it. I think Aleister Black is personally criminally underused.
I agree. There is a lot,
and unfortunately, it gets put in 23 minutes no DQ matches, which didn't need to exist. It would have been fine at 10 minutes.
10 minutes is a bit. I just think it was on.
I just don't think it showed. It just didn't show anybody off in the right light for me. The result was right, but
I don't think you can complain about Aleister Black and AJ Styles because AJ Styles is a legitimate event.
I'm not complaining about them, but what I'm saying is I don't think as a chemistry this was the right thing to do. I don't think these two worked as a matchup. Personally, I think there's better things they could have done.
I just think you come from NXT, you're the champion, and I don't think you should go into the main event straight away. I think you have to. You could spot somebody coming up when they win the Intercontinental title. You have that for a bit, and then you can see the rise. I don't think you should go straight into the main event. And I think the same for Aleister Black. Let him have a unbeaten run. Let him knock off jobbers and people who he should be beating. Let him beat Dolph Ziggler 3 times.
No one needs a Dolph Ziggler feud.
Then let him keep coming up. Do you know what I mean?
Has a Dolph Ziggler feud ever helped anyone?
Yeah, that's true. What about Baron Corbin and his fantastic start on the
roster? With Dolph, didn't he?
Yeah, first thing, you just beat Dolph up. Man.
Yeah, no one needs Dolph Ziggler.
I just think I like that. I like watching a person rise rather than just get chucked in at the top.
It depends who it is. It depends what your character is. Like Undertaker, for instance, was never anywhere below the main event, was he?
Aleister Black, though, I think could have well been a good rise.
Yeah.
Being unbeaten, he's this loner, you don't know anything about him.
I was going to say, he's got a character and gimmick there, hasn't he? I think, as I say...
You know, I've done a bit more of Undertaker and Aleister Black since they're both spooky dudes.
Yeah, but that's just like...
It could have been like his apprentice.
That's just like Darby Allin and thingy, isn't it?
Sting.
Yeah.
Sting!
It's not working for us, but we're not AEW fans, but for AEW fans it's working. Yeah, they love it.
Yeah, it was just, look at, well, we wear makeup. We're the same guys.
So, I mean, Undertaker, like, we're both spooky dudes. Like,
you're a spooky dude, I'm a spooky dude.
Yeah, we both rise from the dead, so...
Guess we better be tag team partners or rivals.
He could have been his manager, could have been his mentor or something. Like, he could have been like a... Didn't have to be on TV every week, but it could have been like the higher power, but it's Undertaker. Where he just every now and again there's like a vignette where he goes to like Undertaker's like castle or whatever.
Castle?
Like some sort of spooky room in the graveyard. And Aleister Black's going there for advice. And Undertaker's just like under a cloak or whatever, just like
love that. If he goes to a castle and he knocks on the door, Michelle McCool answers. He's upstairs. I've had cookies.
Yeah, not that. But, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, Undertaker now is just Matt Calloway now, isn't
he? Yeah.
But I thought that'd be quite cool.
Big Dave gave this match 3.5.
Yeah, it's generous to me. That.
I felt as though this is when things started to dip.
It's just long, wasn't it?
It's got the AJ premium in it, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I think AJ always gets higher star ratings than it should do.
I felt as though this was when the pay-per-view started to dip.
Yeah, it just long.
Yeah, I think it's because you knew that Undertaker was coming.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But I'm really invested in my Undertaker mentorship storyline I've just made up in my head now.
There wasn't enough no DQ action for me.
No.
He hits it when they say no DQ and it's like one chair shot. And then that was it. No DQ.
The thing is, like, they made it difficult for themselves by putting Gallows Anderson out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, just, why would they not just pile in straight away? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Or have them run down.
So AJ would have been like, yeah, you stay behind, guys. And then when he realised that AJ is struggling, then they come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make sense. But
you're right there. We should be right for WWE.
I should do. Should I have? That's just two great ideas. Like, it's too late to do the Undertaker one there, but I want to do it anyway. Let's do it anyway.
So hey, it could be like Jake the Snake.
Exactly. It'd been great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
They could film them all at once. He just goes up to him, like, it's in a dark room. We don't know where it is. And he's looking for solace.
Yeah.
Undertaker's in his old ministry garb.
Michelle McCool's there.
My days.
Michelle McCool and the kids.
No, forget Michelle McCool and the kids. It's Undertaker's like Undertaker. Yeah.
Kane, Paul Bearer is that Kane and that.
Paul Bearer's dead.
I know, but the ghost of Paul Bearer.
Ghost of Paul Bearer's
hologram.
It's not like it's not going to like some like bloody Dungeon of Doom situation or something. they're all there.
Have the hologram.
No, Undertaker's like
get
a dark
the gang
shadowy...
back together.
No.
JBL and Farouk.
Yeah, you're mankind. They're in the boiler room, like just. No, like
Midian. Have Midian running about.
No, we don't need the whole ministry.
Why?
Just Undertaker's in the shadows. It's like bloody Darth Sidious. That's what I'm looking for. Darth Sidious. That's who he is.
Yeah. What about Midian? Where's Midian fit into that then? Does he have his gloves on or not?
No, he's just got his dick out somewhere else.
Midian's running about and then Regal's just stood there looking real disappointed in him.
Do you know what else could be there, Ross? But he won't be because he's pretty upset at the moment.
No.
Gangrel, where's the t-shirt?
Well, yeah, it's coming. Trust me, it's coming. It's coming.
It's been nearly a month.
Super big, huge. It's coming.
Year anniversary special.
It's coming.
Wearing a t-shirt. You'll find it. It's in that cupboard behind you, I'm sure it is.
Well, I don't know. Got my own things going on. Anyhow, so AJ Styles loses Styles.
What things?
It's just stuff and that. Stuff and things. Street profit. I'm the one who's got to contact Midian and Farouk and JBL to get him involved at this castle thing with you.
No, it's just Darth Sidious. That's what I'm looking for. That's all it needs to be. One person.
Okay, what about Mayor Kane then?
Oh, he's busy enough, isn't he? He's busy enough not reacting to a pandemic, so he don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, mate. Who would have thought? To be fair, right? Everyone says he don't like masks, but his masks have never had a mouth. So
when he came out, he had a full face, didn't
he? Did he?
Yeah.
I thought he always had the mouth.
No, he was his full face. Because he couldn't breathe, could he?
No, maybe he's changed then.
So I get rid of it.
Yeah. So there we go. We're going to the next match then. So this is a Raw Tag Team Championship match. It's the Street Profits. They're the new champions. They beat Seth Rollins and Murphy, who they're going to go against today at Super Showdown, I think. There's a little Street Profits promo beforehand. They want the smoke.
They do.
They want the smoke. I was worried for a minute that they didn't want it, but they actually do want the smoke. Rollins and Murphy come out with AOP. I love this. And it annoys the hell out of me that it didn't work. This would have been a great faction.
Yeah, one of them Grange again, didn't it? Right, so confession time, guys. Now. I was kind of running behind, so I skipped this match.
Outrageous.
Don't know what happened.
I'll be honest, you probably didn't miss a lot in this.
Yeah. It looked like the whole segment was 40 minutes, and I was like, I really need to cut time here because I've mistimed this horribly.
This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis.
So I just took it out.
I just think AOP had been released, and I liked AOP.
Yeah, I think they just couldn't stay fit. I'm assuming that's the only reason.
They kept getting injured, which
one was injured, not the other. But they could have done it. Were they twins?
No,
I don't think they related at all.
No, they look very similar.
There's two big muscly dudes, aren't they?
I thought they could have just had one character. I just guess one kept getting injured, the other one could play him.
Could have done that with a mask, couldn't they?
Yeah, could have a mask on, couldn't they? Or a hood. And they'd be like Darth Sidious.
Well, they did have a mask on at one point, didn't they?
Yeah.
They used to take it off for the match, didn't they?
Well,
they've never wrestled in masks.
They floundered after Paul Ellering left in the early list.
Yeah, the main roster run was not great, was it?
No.
Razor was born in Amsterdam.
Oh. Which one's Razor?
Are they seriously not twins? We can.
No, they're seriously not twins.
There's two big muscle dudes.
The one that's 6'4" and not 6'3".
I think I know who you mean. I think I can say
He's the one. They both got beards. The angrier looking one.
Right.
The one with the deeper eyes, more narrow eyes. There you go.
You're a bit in love with this guy too, Pierce.
I'm looking at him on Wikipedia.
One's Canadian.
Yeah, well, he was Canadian.
Am I thinking of a different? I thought they were both Albanian twins. Am I thinking of a different tag team?
You're thinking of Gemini.
That's the match.
Oh, Rez's nickname in his martial arts career was the Albanian Psycho. So but then he's Dutch.
Maybe he's Dutch Albanian though.
Yeah, must be. I genuinely thought they were twins. This is shocking.
No, you look at this. This is breaking news. European not twins. Anyhow, this match goes over 18 minutes. This is far too long.
This is a long match.
Nothing happens really until
it's
AOP.
Boring.
AOP get involved. The Viking Raiders come out to sort of get rid of him. They won on the pre-show against the Major Brothers. But, yeah, what was that all about?
Right.
4 minutes.
Confession time. I didn't realize there was a pre-show until this point.
You know,
so I'm really.
There's always a pre-show in WWE
so
for the last 5 years.
I'm really glad we didn't have to. Yeah, but I didn't know it was a pre-show match.
4 minutes 57.
So I'm really glad we didn't have to cover that because I would have just looked like a total hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might just miss a complete match and you can't comment on it. Yeah. Awful.
But
so the Viking Raiders running.
I thought this match was terrible.
Just get rid of AOP. Then nothing happens again. It's just non-match. Kevin Owens comes out through the crowd, chucks popcorn at Seth Rollins.
The crowd are really quiet in this. They're just not buying into
it. For Philly as well. For Philly.
Yeah.
Well, I think they realise that nothing's really happening.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like all the big matches have happened now.
There was
the main event was a foregone conclusion, so it's like, what are they going to get excited
There was
about?
one great moment in this match when Kevin Owens comes out and some fans stood around and go, "KO, you suck!" Some kid, great stuff. But yeah, nothing happens. Big Dave gave it 3-star. 18 minutes.
He must have been on some sort of drugs here.
Plaster of radio.
He's happy for all of these, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that's very overrated.
So Kevin Owens comes out. The distraction's enough on Seth Rollins. Murphy then gets powerbombed into the side. He gets rolled back in the ring, and Montez Ford does a frog splash. 18 minutes, just too long. Again,
snooze.
I don't think there's ever been a title change, has there?
Nope.
No.
And we could have picked the winners for all these matches before.
I mean, there is a title change.
There is a title change, but.
Yeah. Not yet, though. Not that one.
But nothing of note has happened yet, which is
And still,
so should we move on then, Lucy? Shouldn't bother watching it.
Yeah, go on then.
Fucking amateur.
I had
You're a disgrace.
I timed it, but I got a phone call and I had to cut a match, and this was the match that I cut. So,
to be fair, this one or the next one wouldn't have been a bad match to pick. So.
Well, I was going to pick the other one, but
you know what?
This one was
next one. I enjoyed.
I didn't.
So we've got Braun Strowman recap match against Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cesaro. Braun Strowman's the Intercontinental Champion. With the new belt, I like the new belt.
I wrote very little for this.
The Sami Zayn, Nakamura, and Cesaro interviewed by Caleb Braxton beforehand. They don't really say much.
In Gorilla.
I like that before they go out.
Because they did the same with the Street Profits as well. But anyway.
Whoever pins Strowman and wins the title, that's 3-on-1. I mean, not much. It was only 8 minutes, which maybe that's why I enjoyed it.
See, I didn't enjoy this. I want to find this entire storyline.
I don't like these 3-on-1 handicap matches, but I like Sami Zayn's character.
It's a weird 3, I think. That's the problem, isn't it?
It's just 3 guys who do it out.
Yeah, and that's the problem for me. Because you've got 3 really good talents there as well. That's the other problem.
Well, did you watch this match?
I did watch the match, yeah.
What did you think? You might as well talk about this one since you probably didn't watch any of the others.
I watched all the others. It was just that last match. I just tactically chose to skip, and Peter said I made the right call. So,
well, I mean, any of them you could have skipped from this point onwards.
I nearly skipped the main event because I knew what happened, but I thought I'll watch that in case anything interesting happens.
We'll get there.
I liked Sami Zayn. I actually thought I was under the impression this entire time that Sami Zayn was injured.
Sammy James,
which is why he didn't. But he wasn't, was he? He was just not wrestling as much.
No,
but I think he's really pleased with his character work now, isn't he? Especially now, like
I think he said he was going to take sort of a break because he's been wrestling for that long.
Yeah,
his body's gone through that long.
He did take a break, didn't he?
I feel as though he struggled on the main roster as well to sort of define a place because he came out, didn't he, from NXT, faced John Cena, tore his shoulder, even before the match. I think that really set him back.
I'm glad he's just got away from Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
for now.
For now,
yeah.
I enjoyed them two as a two, but I think it was very much overdone.
Interesting. So we'll get to the finish. Strowman hits the ring post. Is thrown into it again. Nakamura hits the Kinshasa into the post. It's like a triple suplex and then a haluva kick, and Sami Zayn wins the title. It's Sami Zayn's first title on the main roster.
It is his first title. 5 years.
Yeah. Which is, I was a bit shocked at. I thought he'd won the tag titles with Owens, but he hadn't.
I feel as though they've dropped the ball on all 4 people in this match, WWE. Because I really
for me, Strowman should have been in the main event instead of winning the tag title with Nicholas. Nakamura should have been. I don't agree. I don't think he should have beat AJ Styles, but he definitely should have beat Jinder Mahal. Sami Zayn, I love Sami Zayn, but I don't see where they would have put him as world champion.
I'm not saying as world champion, but I mean they could have given him something like this or the US one just that little bit earlier.
And Cesaro for me, it's just always been. I don't know if Cesaro is any better than where he is.
I think Cesaro would be fine as a intercontinental US champ. That's more what I mean. Is I just feel as though they've not given these guys the championship opportunities that they could have done, and they could have had some really good matches with people throughout the years. Is more what I'm getting at.
I haven't said Cesaro.
I'm not suggesting they all need to be main, that they all need to be world champs because I don't think they do.
I think Cesaro's had a. I don't know if Cesaro's any better than what he's got. I loved him in the bar.
I for a long time I was the same with Cesaro. I was like, oh, whatever. I don't know. There's something about his recent run, even though you can't really tell because it's a fake crowd. But it seems to be getting a lot of momentum behind him.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna. It looks like he's gonna have a match with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I don't know, which should be good. Hopefully he goes over, and then I think he'll. I don't think he'll win, but I think he'll be doing his challenges. Roman, assuming Roman wins after WrestleMania, that'll be the next main event program. Just to see how he goes, I think. But,
it's going to be an interesting couple of months coming up for him.
Yeah.
I've never really got the hype before, but I do now for some reason.
What this match it was the 3-1 handicap. I mean, obviously Strowman is put into the title picture next month because of COVID.
Yeah, which again is another weird one because I don't think he was going to do anything. He was literally driving home, wasn't he? He didn't have a match at WrestleMania.
But after this, I'm pretty sure he goes into another handicap feud with the Miz and Morrison.
Yeah, his title was.
I don't like handicap matches.
I don't like Miz. Pointless man again. Just nah.
Big Dave gave this match 1 3/4.
I didn't mind it. I thought it said a good pace. It didn't make Braun look weak. It just made him.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't technical, was it? Really? So it ain't gonna be a Meltzer.
And Sami Zayn,
you know, he likes.
It's like the new edge, isn't he? Like the new ultimate opportunist.
Yeah. Well, now he's like a conspiracy nut, isn't he? Which is great.
Yeah. With his own camera crew, which
I think Sami
who beat up last night because it interested him, but
he was a critic of the critics at this point, wasn't he?
I think so.
When he turned on the fans and said, "This is what you don't want."
Yeah, he was basically talking through. He's talking. Vince McMahon was talking through him at one point, wasn't he? Basically, like, you all suck. You're really annoying. Yeah, no, I liked it. The only thing about this whole Sami Zayn run was he had the title match. Was it with Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania? And I thought this is the one where, okay, they're going to let him like wrestle properly now. And it just kind of still wasn't. It was still a lot of the shenanigans-based wrestling. And it would have been nice if he had a lot of shenanigans, but every now and again it showed that he could wrestle a little bit. Even if he lost, like, it'd have been nice to just show that he could wrestle. Because it was almost like a manager who couldn't wrestle at all. And they were just putting him in those situations. It was almost too much of like he can't wrestle, if you know what I mean. You know, like not like Ellsworth, but it was kind of like that of like in kayfabe, James Ellsworth really just didn't know how to wrestle. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, though. Like that was the way they were treating him in his storyline. Was they were treating him as if he couldn't wrestle at all, which obviously we knew wasn't the case. So it should have been almost like he just couldn't be bothered to wrestle, which is why he was doing all the shenanigans. But he could if he needed to.
A bit Orange Cassidy, like he's saying that. You just described Orange Cassidy, haven't you?
I guess I have done in a way, yeah.
So Zayn could have been the original Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, in a way, I guess I am. Not also in a way, absolutely fucking not. But in a way, yeah, I guess I am.
So that was 8 minutes. We'll go on to the main event then. This is the Elimination Chamber for the Raw Women's like number 1 contender. And it's a right to face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. So we've got Asuka, Sarah Logan. Come on, get rid. Liv Morgan,
she's gone.
She come back and did fuck all.
Yeah, they did get rid of Sarah Logan. That's tight.
Good. She was crap. She was wearing what was with a camouflage. Why is she a weird Viking woman in camouflage?
I think she's a hunter in this one.
She's fucking rubbish.
She's a huntsman.
Shayna Baszler, we'll come on to her in a second. Ruby Riott is probably one of the most underused women on the roster, and of course Natalya.
Your favourite?
So they're starting the match. Ruby Riott and Natalya. Sarah Logan comes in at number 3. Shayna Baszler comes in at number 4. Shayna Baszler then eliminates Sarah Logan, Ruby Riott, and Natalya. I like this, where she's just waiting for Liv Morgan or
I think that's
to come out.
Cool.
Because she's just that much of a beast. Liv Morgan comes out next. She's limited pretty much straight away. Should have released Asuka straight away. Instead of waiting the 5 minutes or whatever it is.
The ref fucked up as well, didn't he?
Then Asuka comes out and Shayna Baszler sort of chokes out Asuka as well. 21 minutes. You two both hated this. I enjoyed it.
There's bits I liked.
I enjoyed the full concept because one of the biggest injustices of modern WWE was the fact Shayna Baszler didn't win the title at WrestleMania.
I agree. She should have won the title.
That was more annoying than Charlotte Flair beating Rhea Ripley. Shayna Baszler like an absolute beast. And I didn't mind this Elimination Chamber because apart from maybe Asuka, none of these were ever going to challenge for the title.
Yeah, so why have the match?
Because it makes Shayna Baszler look like an absolute monster.
Sacrifice the entire pay-per-view and an entire Elimination Chamber match. Just so you could have done this in a gauntlet match on Raw.
I don't mind this because the elimination. In reality, right? If we're gonna, I know it's scripted, but if we're gonna go to reality, stuff like this could happen in any Elimination Chamber match.
No, but the whole point of wrestling is that it's fake because fake fights are not predetermined. Sorry, because they're more entertaining.
No, but I think you need to add. I think you need to add stuff like this in now and then. Just
not the expense of an entire pay-per-view.
It's a bit like the Goldberg one, where he didn't win it, did he? Triple H won it, but where he eliminated pretty much everyone. It just got up Shayna Baszler. I agree with you. I don't think it should have been a main event because I think you should have had a world title match on.
If you're going to do this, have a proper Elimination Chamber match as well. I feel like we got robbed.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I think they should have had one of the probably the SmackDown title. It was Goldberg on it. That should have been the other one. But I love this because I thought Shayna Baszler just looked like an absolute monster.
I thought she
screwed out of the Royal Rumble.
She did. She looked really good. I just don't think one definitely after WrestleMania wasn't worth it when she lost anyway. But even before then, it was like you've sacrificed the pay-per-view. The main event was deliberately not entertaining to build her up, and it was just. If you're gonna do it, like have it come in last, at least, and then you've got like 25 minutes of action or whatever.
Sometimes though, the main event's not going to be the best match on the card. If you look at like UFC or boxing, someone might get knocked out straight away.
Nothing happened. Like I just thought this. It was obvious what was going to happen from the start because, right. So let's go through it again. Who we've got? You've got the entire Riot squad.
Yeah,
and also like I disagree on Riot. I think I just don't get it. I just don't. Why?
I think she deserves a shot. Even in the tag team, even if it's just a tag team,
she just stands around being annoying.
I think she deserves a shot.
It's like, and then well, who else do we have in there? Natalya won't win because when does Natalya win anything like this? And if Natalya does win, you're just disappointed anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And then who was the other one in there? Asuka. She lost. Yeah, when you look back, you think, oh, Asuka, she was like dominant. She'd lost to Becky like 3 times this year.
I don't mind because they're fodder. So they.
Yeah. So what is the point?
Because it just shows that
they started building Shayna Baszler and Becky because she was biting her neck the week before.
Yeah, well, that maybe shouldn't have happened.
So everyone knew what was going to happen.
Maybe that shouldn't have happened. But this match
the whole thing
shows that Shayna Baszler is an absolute beast, and she's on a completely other level to the other people.
I agree.
I agree with Ross here.
But did we not know that anyway?
No, but I think sometimes you need to see
it. Based on the fact that
I think
this is why squash
total geeks.
This is why squash matches were.
Yeah,
but you don't have a squash match. Just run through someone.
You don't have a squash match in the main event of a pay-per-view.
No, but I think your main event shouldn't always be fantastic because we're trying to have a reality-based product.
No, we're not trying.
This could happen in any match. It's like when did you like Lesnar eliminating 12 people or whatever it was in the Rumble?
It got to the point where I was like, okay, this is enough now. Just as it happened, really. I believe I said that to Peters at the time when we watched it together.
I like that because it could genuinely happen. Why? Of course, it might happen.
It's not like it doesn't. The advantage that wrestling has is that it's predetermined.
Yeah, but if it's always the same, then that's going to get boring. So you need to throw stuff like this in.
Not intentionally. This was just bad. It just.
I enjoyed it.
If you had this on first and then you had a big Elimination Chamber match at the end.
Yeah, I agree. It shouldn't have gone on last.
But to have this as the Elimination Chamber, the main Elimination Chamber match, was just you sacrificed the entire pay-per-view for this. And then you didn't lead into anyway because she lost.
Yeah, that's a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. I agree it shouldn't have gone on last, but the match did what it was set out to do. Shayna Baszler looked like an absolute beast.
Yeah, but we knew it anyway, is what I'm saying, because it was obvious she was...
She's not had that many matches on the main roster.
No, if Asuka hadn't have lost to Becky 3 times already this year, and she feasibly could have won it as well, or you had Charlotte in there, although she was obviously Royal Rumble champion, but who else? Sasha, Bayley, whatever. If one of them was in there, Nia Jax, one of them was in there and it looked like they could win as well, and you're like, oh, I wonder what the main event of WrestleMania is going to be. And then she just absolutely destroys them, and it so happens in 2 minutes, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's good. But they telegraphed the entire thing. Even in the video package at the start of the show, they telegraphed that this was going to happen.
Sometimes the favourites win.
I know, but
sometimes the favourites win.
Sometimes there's another content there as well.
And sometimes it's how the favourites win. That's what I enjoyed. She
but like, she was feasibly not going to lose. She couldn't have, like, there was no one in there who looked any good.
Yeah, but I don't think that matters.
I do.
I think if she was obviously going to win and this went 30 minutes and she looked like she was in peril and she nearly went out 3 times, yeah, I'd agree with you. That was a waste. But the fact she was so dominant, nobody even laid a glove on her. And she just choked everybody out because she was that much better.
Let's put it like, so say if it was like the men's.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, who didn't win the Roman Rumble? Roman Reigns, right?
Yep.
So Roman Reigns, he's the building up for the Elimination Chamber. But then the other people in there are fucking like Dolph Ziggler, like, you know, R-Truth, like, I don't know, like Lindsay Dorado or whatever. Like, it just, there was no other competitors in there to make it interesting. So it was obvious what was going to happen.
I don't mind that though.
What? So you'd have been fine with a main event of like Lindsay Dorado? I guess the Riot Squad were total geeks.
If it was booked well like that, yes, because
like Sarah Logan won how many matches on the main roster in the entire time of being there? Like 1, 2.
But it made Shayna Baszler look like these people are on my level. I'll get rid of them as quick as possible.
I'm agreeing with Ross here.
It doesn't matter if the opposition is good. It matters how Shayna Baszler beat them, and she beat them without being in any peril whatsoever.
Yeah, which made it a really boring match.
No, it might have been the bomb. I just think it worked for the character of Shayna Baszler. I just should have gone on to hold the title.
Absolutely sacrificing the entire pay for this.
Terry Peters, right? As the
I'm going to pour water on you.
I'm
going to pour water on you two and cool you out because you're on fire, a pair of you. I'm going to highlight some points that I really liked and some points that I didn't like. Firstly, Natalia's trash talking is shite.
Yes, that's true.
When she's shoving Ruby Riot's head through the
it's just a total geek and trying to win it. Yeah.
Shayna Baszler basically swinging Liv Morgan into the side of that pod was frankly amazing. The sound was unbelievable. I have got no problem at all with Shayna Baszler waiting about either. It was well done. I get where you're coming from that it was boring and predictable, but I enjoyed it. Big Dave didn't at all.
Good man.
What
did he give it?
Have a guess. I'll let you both have a guess.
2 stars.
1.5 stars.
2.25.
2.25. No, she's very generous.
2.25.
For the story, I thought this was probably it was the joint favourite match of the card.
Because there was no tension at all. There was just.
Sometimes you need someone to just go through people.
No, not when it's obvious they're going through it. Like Goldberg Lesnar works because you never saw that coming before the match.
That doesn't matter though.
This you did.
No, but if Baszler had struggled, then I'd have been like, yeah, it was a waste. But the fact she didn't even struggle, she didn't even break a sweat to beat everyone, that just shows how dominant she was.
Does it?
Yes.
Like, you're a boxing fan, right?
Yes.
When he's like Anthony Joshua Summit and he's just fighting some like total bum who's like, 20-20. Whatever. I don't know if that's a good boxing record. I don't think it is.
20 wins, 20 losses.
So it's so it's like average just geek in it, right? Do you care about that pay-per-view?
Yes, I buy all of Joshua's pay-per-views because before he become world champion, it's not about who he beats. You know he's going to beat these people. The thing with watching someone like Joshua is how early is he going to knock them out.
But just you don't want that from wrestling anyway. So it was about it's just who cares? Who cares?
So there was like a thing.
They're going to win. You check the result in the morning. Oh yeah, they won. Thought they would.
Before they both lost, Joshua and Wilder, there was like a thing where Wilder was knocking people out in 1 round. Joshua was knocking people out in 3 rounds. He was comparing them with how they knocked these people out because everybody knew there was on a different level.
Yeah.
So if Joshua had gone 12 rounds with somebody who we should have been beating, you'd have been like, oh, that was not a very good performance. So if Baszler had struggled to get through this with these people, you'd have been like, oh, that was rubbish. But the fact she was absolutely just destroyed them all, you thought, oh my, she's the real deal. She only came up in January.
Yeah.
So
she was already doing promos with the champion. Like it was just
you got to make her like a beast.
No. She didn't like a beast anyway. Didn't need the Elimination Chamber to do it.
I don't mind that.
Waste of the Elimination Chamber.
I didn't mind that. We're going to have to agree to disagree here.
Fine.
2 Peters. What did you think of the full pay-per-view as a whole?
The start was good, and then it sort of petered out, didn't it?
Two Peters out.
Two petered out. I think from Aleister Black, AJ did start to dip this pay-per-view.
I think all the crap in the middle, you could have just cut 10 minutes off each match. Easy.
Yeah, I'm going to give this a 7.
Come on. You're doing it on purpose now.
I just really liked the first 3 matches. I thought they were really, really good matches. And I enjoyed the spots in the final match as well. Wasn't a massive fan of AJ and Aleister Black. Couldn't give a shit about the tag match. And I thought the handicap match was pretty poor.
Lou, what would you give it out of 10?
I don't know if you could tell, but I hate this pay-per-view.
6.5.
Was that the length though? Did you hit the length?
I'd give it like a 3. It was the fact that nothing of note happened. It was like, who cares? Like there was no main event wrestlers were even on the show.
Yeah.
It was, the biggest star was Becky Lynch and she was watching TV. 3 out of 4. No, 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4. That's a good score.
3 out of 4. Out of 10. It just. I remember at the time thinking like I didn't really like it that
3.5 then.
Yeah, 3.5. We're going half.
I'd give this a 5. I really enjoyed Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak, and I really enjoyed the last match. Everything else,
main event was bollocks for us.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
You're kidding yourself.
It wasn't. What upsets me more is the fact that Becky Lynch beat Baszler and give up the title like 2 months later.
Mm-hmm. To Asuka, who'd just been squashed. But Shayna
Baszler is a crappy tag team with Nia Jax. It's a disgrace.
She lost to Bianca Belair last night. She lost to tonight. I'm there for you, isn't she?
Disgrace. But I would probably give it a 5. I'm never going to watch it again.
No.
It is what it is. I don't really. I watched it a year ago. I couldn't really remember it.
I'm going to email Vince and ask him to remove it from the network.
Yeah, I think you should. But next week, hopefully, is a bit better. We're going back to WCW.
Yes, here we go.
Peters, you do not look happy about that whatsoever. WCW Uncensored 1998.
If it helps, the main event got -3 stars.
I hate you. I absolutely hate you.
Are all Uncensored just crap? Uncensored 96, that was awful, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think this time is -3 stars because there was like 3 less cages in this, and there's only 1 cage in the main event.
No, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to that next week. And then the week after that, it's our 1-year anniversary show. 52 weeks. We've been doing it for a year. We've grown and grown and grown and grown. We've sat in several feuds with, with wrestlers. Ted Peters and Terry Hogan. Is it Horace Hogan or Terry Hogan? Terry Hogan.
Randy Hogan.
Randy Hogan? Well, Terry Hogan is
Terry
Hogan.
Hogan's actual Hogan.
He's not doing out. Get him involved. You need a feud now, Lou.
He's got only you by the sounds of it.
You got a best pal. Yeah, me and Gangrel taking a Lou and the coach.
Yeah. Well, yeah, me and Dave Meltzer are on the same wavelength today.
Which I'd never thought I'd see.
No,
50 episodes it took for you to get on the same level. If you didn't know by now, guys, Lou is streaming on 2K19 because 2K20 is a shit show.
It is.
When are you doing that then?
Doing Sundays 10:30, which will be just overlaps slightly with Terry, so you can do both. And then so in that one I'm just doing, if there's a pay-per-view on a night, WWE pay-per-view, because I don't understand enough AEW to do it. If there's a pay-per-view on a night, I'll do that pay-per-view. If there isn't, we'll just do a classic match on the archives. Classic card from the archives. Wednesday, I'm going to do the cards that we've just discussed on the podcast.
So you can listen to this and then you can jump on at 7:30.
And just get on, just jump on, and we can just, we're playing wrestling, but I'm really good and I win every match. So it's more just to discuss wrestling. I nearly win every match, but I don't know I lost in like 10 seconds.
No, he doesn't. He don't win every match. He loses, then replays the match and counts out as a win.
Come on. I lost in there was only 5 matches on the NXT that take over Dallas card. I lost the tag match in like 10 seconds to a roll.
You idiot.
I don't know. I did it. I just got distracted and I just missed the kick out.
Did he replay it? They did replay it. And then all the way through, he's going, well, I've won 3 out of 4 on this.
I won it. Yeah, I won them all. Fuming. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing. So just jump on and we'll discuss the shows.
So yeah, jump on. Catch Terry Peters. He's on the old Twitch as well, aren't you, Terry Peters? Where can we find you?
Twitch.tv/Bell Nation. Bell Nation on YouTube. Bell Twitch.
Bell Twitch, oh my God.
Bell Nation on Twitter and at Tez Fish Pod as well, which I've lost the account details for.
You might as well just stop with that one though, Peter. You won't be able to get in for 26 weeks.
We plugged his Twitch last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We actually genuinely did, yeah. And his YouTube. I did it midway through the show. It just came naturally to me. I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Lou, where can we find you?
Because he listened.
Where can we find you, Lou?
Lou Mackham on Twitter and Instagram. And you should check out the rest around, like just social feeds in general. A lot more activity on there now. I'm just going to kind of give you like a month overview of what's happening. We'll keep reminding you. Check it on there because we'll put the Twitch notifications on as well. Yeah, all happening on there. You can see what's coming up. There's going to be a few fan votes and stuff like that just to see what I'm going to do on a Sunday morning.
Cool.
At twitch.tv/wrestaround. But yeah, follow me on both.
You can follow me on Twitter at TheRossM. You can follow us all on social media, like we just said. We're wrestling around everywhere. Wrestling around Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, wrestling around Facebook, wrestling around YouTube, wrestling around Outlook.com. If you want to email us, nobody emails anybody anymore, so I don't blame you if you don't want to do that. But you can find us anywhere. Slip into our DMs. That's what the cool kids say these days, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And if you ask enough, we'll make you on wrestling. So don't get that saying.
Shut up.
Lou will play us, yeah. But yeah, thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy week this week, Ted Pierce, to join us.
Thank you.
Lou, thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. And join us next week for episode 51, where we go back to WCW for Uncensored 1998.